Hi everyone, this is Ashish Kyal here. Welcome to Ashish Kyal Trading Gurukul. It's always pleasure to be speaking at Friday at 4. I know it is happening after some time, काफी समय के बाद Friday at 4 हो रहा है because I was traveling and this and that. But I'm here back and it has been a fantastic week, fantastic month. Lot of activity happening on Nifty, markets all over the place, and I'm sure you are following me on Twitter and Facebook as well as YouTube, and that's why we are reaching that 16,000 mark on Twitter. YouTube also we have substantial increase, so thank you very much every single one of you who have been following us. तो अभी यहाँ से मार्केट में करना क्या है, कैसे आगे बढ़ना है, व्हाट इज द ट्रेंड लुकिंग लाइक. तो एक पोल लेते हैं जो हम हमेशा लेते हैं. लेट अस टेक अ वेरी क्विक पोल एंड लेट मी आस्क यू, what is the Nifty trend in the coming week? Do you think Nifty is going to go down? आने वाले सप्ताह में निफ्टी का ट्रेंड क्या होगा और आज का हमारा एजेंडा क्या है? आज हम बात करेंगे कि क्या 55 डेज साइकिल चल रहा है, अगर चल रहा है तो कैसे यूज किया जाए, एंड उसके साथ में लूनर साइकिल क्या सजेस्ट कर रहा है. तो दोनों को कंबाइन करके ट्रेड कैंडलस्टिक के बेसिस पे कैसे लिया जा सकता है, ये सब चीजें हम डिस्कस करेंगे. वी हैड मास्टर ऑफ वेव्स लास्ट वीकेंड व्हिच वाज फैंटास्टिक. उसका एक कंटिन्यूएशन सेशन पेंडिंग है जो ये संडे होने वाला है. सो पीपल हु आर अ पार्ट ऑफ मास्टर ऑफ वेव्स and the mentees, you have to be there on Sunday at 10 a.m. We are going to do something wonderful. पूरे के पूरे सेशन का जो क्रक्स है, the most important part, which is how to form a trade setup looking at neo wave and time cycle, वो हम करने वाले Sunday, which is going to be on 5th of May. तो आपको इनवाइट आ गया होगा. दिस इज एन एक्सक्लूसिव सेशन फॉर द पार्टिसिपेंट्स ऑफ BMW, MOW एंड मेंटीज. सो उनके लिए है. सो बी देयर ऑन टाइम ऑन संडे एट 10. दैट्स गोइंग टू बी टॉकिंग अबाउट नियो वेव ट्रेड सेटअप जो हम करने वाले. चलिए, बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग पोल है एंड आई कैन क्लियरली सी देयर आर लाइक व्हाट. आई एम एंडिंग द पोल नाउ. Let me just share it across very quickly. 67% of the people are expecting markets to go up despite of the gap up that has happened today. Nifty filled in the entire gap. 16,800 का एक लेवल था जो रेजिस्टेंस था. आई वॉज एक्सपेक्टिंग शायद 16,800 निकाल देगा, 16,900 तक हम जा पाएंगे, लेकिन मोमेंटम फिजल्ड आउट. यू नो द ओपनिंग आवर कैंडल that has been, do you guys remember opening our candle ki bhul gaye because Friday at 4 did not happen and you forgot lot of things. Opening our candle strategy आपको ध्यान में. आज के दिन में जो निफ्टी ने ओपनिंग आवर कैंडल पे हाई बनाया था, उसका हाई पूरे दिन में नहीं निकाला. Did you see that the opening hour high which was made by Nifty was not broken throughout the day? I want to share across very importantly. Okay, I can see Nitesh Pathak has made some money today by selling the options, and he made by buying the puts also. Fantastic, Nitesh. Nitesh had been a part of our BMW program, so it's great. Ratnesh Kumar is saying today I booked 50,000 profit because of your analysis. Wow, fantastic. It's always pleasure to know that people are learning and growing. That's what the entire Gurukul concept is all about. So very clearly. So before we move on, I want to share across something very fabulous that has happened today. Let me just open up my screen and let me just share that across very quickly with each one of you over here. Kahan gaya? Okay. So today I have won again the CNBC Awaaz game show, which was there, and I won again today. I will just share across the screen. This week was very challenging, and can you see my screen here? And that's why you can see me in blazer and tie, because just before this I was talking to CNBC Awaaz again. They invited me again since I won the show, and that's the screen in front of you. I won this week as well, and it's a fantastic win. You can clearly see the victory has been at 11.04% for me. Samit was behind, and Prashant also played extremely well. So this is the third consecutive win on CNBC Awaaz. हैट्रिक है. अभी हमारा जो शो था उस पे मैंने बात भी की और चर्चा भी की कि हैट्रिक तो हो चुका है. Consecutive 3 wins. See, it is not easy. I'm not trying to boast about myself. I'm trying to tell you it requires certain methods, certain techniques that works in the market, and the basis of all of those things are understanding the direction of the broader market, understanding Nifty, understanding Bank Nifty, and then formulating and picking up stock selection. ये सभी चीजों का मिश्रण बन के ये जीता जा सकता है। एंड ये लाइव शो है जहाँ पे 4 स्टॉक्स एवरी डे, 4 नहीं 3 स्टॉक्स एवरी डे देते हैं, चेंज करते हैं। And this entire week, in a week, I made 11.04% without leverage. So it is something that I am really happy about for sure, because बहुत मेहनत करनी पड़ती है इसके लिए। नेक्स्ट वापस से वीक में होने वाला है, and this being a consecutive 3 victories. So on CNBC TV 18, it had been consecutive 4 times I have won Bullseye show जब वो होता था। CNBC आवाज पे consecutive 3 wins are in. Let's see how the 4th one works, and then we are going to be looking at all of those things. So thank you everyone for your wishes, and it really means a lot. And this is for those people who thinks कि वेव थियरी नहीं चलता है या टाइम टेक्निक नहीं चलता है। दिस इज द प्रूफ टू ऑल ऑफ देम दैट चलता है, एप्लीकेशन ठीक से आना चाहिए। सो दिस वर्क्स एंड दिस इज द प्रूफ, अदरवाइज यू कांट रियली विन consecutive 3 times in a row. Okay, so keep using this technique. If you just get disheartened कि आज लॉस हो गया, नहीं चलता है शायद, this is for you all. So this is not for me, this is for you all, I am saying. चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं। I am not going to spend time on this. Let me open up my Nifty chart and look at what is happening with Nifty and everything. Santosh is saying today I made 8,000. Big thanks. Pleasure is all mine. So यहाँ पर चलते हैं चार्ट की ओर, एंड मेरी आवाज अभी भी थोड़ी सी हैवी है, because of which the last master of waves का सेशन कंटिन्यूएशन बाकी है, which will be like the best part of it is pending, which I'm going to do now. So I'm going to hide myself here so that आपको मेरा screen दिखे. And are you able to see the screen here? Every one of you able to see my screen? चलिए चलते हैं निफ्टी की ओर, देखते हैं कि 55 डेज का साइकिल है क्या, और क्यों मैं बाय ऑन डिप्स बोल रहा हूँ। पिछले कुछ दिनों से मॉर्निंग में भी अगर आप देखेंगे मेरा ट्विटर हैंडल, आई बीन टॉकिंग अबाउट दिस इज द मार्केट वेयर यू शुड बी लुकिंग फॉर बाय एंड बाय, नॉट सेल। लेकिन यहाँ पर क्यों ये इतना इंपॉर्टेंट है और हम क्यों इस चीज को देख रहे हैं, उसको मैं एक्सप्लेन करूंगा। सो आई एम गोइंग टू एक्सप्लेन इट टू यू ऑल that how to use this technique and how to go about looking at 55 days time cycle. Before I move on to this, I want to also share across something very important channel which I've already shared across on Twitter just now. Let me just open up my Twitter handle and I'm going to share that across with you all, क्योंकि वो बहुत ही दिलचस्प चैनल है जो निफ्टी पे बन रहा है और जहां से निफ्टी का रिवर्सल होता हुआ नजर आ रहा है। तो दिस इज माय let me just share it across my screen, just a second. And over here, if you are able to see my screen on Twitter, this is the channel that I am talking about. ये 1 hour chart है, इसके ऊपर अगर आप देखोगे prices are moving precisely within this channel. So I'll just click on this and zoom it open here, and it is working exceptionally well. एंड यू कैन क्लियरली सी, यहाँ पर अगर मैं आपको बताऊं, यहाँ पर जो टॉप बना, ये टॉप जो बना है आज के दिन में, इट्स इंपॉर्टेंट। व्हाई? बिकॉज देयर इज लॉस ऑफ मोमेंटम ऑल्सो, देयर इज अ लॉस ऑफ मोमेंटम ऑल्सो बोथ ऑन एमएससीडी, नॉट एमएससीडी, सॉरी, केएसटी जो टाइम के लिए हम यूज करते, दिस इज स्प्रिंग केएसटी, प्लस ऑन आरएसआई। आर यू एबल टू सी द चार्ट, एवरी वन ऑफ यू? I've just shared across the chart on Twitter. क्या आपको दिख रहा है जो मैं चार्ट यहाँ पे शेयर कर रहा हूँ आपके साथ? Okay, Kritharth, I'm not sure why you're not able to see this across, and very clearly you can see that the tops that are being formed is in the channel. So the first thing that you should be doing when looking at the market is to look at the channel. Simplest way है। इसके साथ में अभी हम चलते हैं टाइम की ओर। Okay, and do ensure that you're following on Twitter because I keep mentioning a lot of things. And I've been talking about that you should be looking for selling across put options and things like that. So यहाँ से The latest best example was Reliance Industries का chart. Since you talked about it, I'll share that also with you all कि क्यों time cycle इतना important है. Let me just share it across very quickly on Reliance Industries का time cycle, and then we will go back on to the time cycle of Nifty. So let me just open up my website wavesstrategy.com. वहाँ पे एक article है which is on Reliance Industries. I'm going to share that across very quickly with you all. And यहाँ पर अगर आप देखेंगे, you can simply go here and there is an article section. In this article section, if you click, you will see Reliance Magic of 86, which is working well. So if you are able to see the screen, you can clearly see very clearly over here, Reliance, these vertical lines are time period where we expect markets to reverse back. Problem क्या है मालूम है? Majority of the people who are there across, they do not understand the science completely, and then they say it does not work. Try and understand. जिसमें तो मैंने लिखा भी था इस के ऊपर कि whenever prices comes near the channel support and you have a time favoring, okay, both things are important. Try and understand one thing very clearly. Time के साथ price confirmation चाहिए. Whenever you are buying, try, you are not only buying price, you are also buying time. That is very very important. Okay, दोनों चीज खरीद रहे, तो अगर हमें खाली प्राइस पे फोकस किया तो पैसा नहीं बनेगा, खाली टाइम पे फोकस किया तो भी मुश्किल है पैसा बनाना. प्राइस एंड टाइम बोथ हैज टू बी इन सिंक. सो यहाँ पर बाय नहीं करना है, बिकॉज वी आर इन द सेकेंड हाफ ऑफ द साइकिल विच इज यूजुअली क्रिएटिंग प्रेशर. यहाँ पे वेट करना है. यू डोंट सेल बिकॉज वी आर इन एन अप ट्रेंड, सो यू वेट फॉर प्राइसेस टू कम डाउन, मे बी टुवर्ड्स द सपोर्ट ऑफ द चैनल. यहाँ तक, इसके बाद में जब यहाँ से रिवर्सल होगा, somewhere around this zone is the buying area on this time frame. I even mentioned that very clearly कि 1st June के आसपास 130 के आसपास Reliance can give a buying opportunity. And look at that, it came down exactly around here, created a big smiley, and then showed a reversal on the upside, a classic reversal. So this is how you can possibly look at time, and then you should trade. अभी यहाँ पर क्यों buy नहीं करना है? Because it is near the resistance of the channel. So time is in sync, but price में space नहीं है. So time wise it continued to go and sustain on the upside, but didn't have space on the price wise. So remember that time and price synchronization is very very important. Okay, that is very very crucial that we have to clearly look at. टाइम एंड प्राइस सिंक्रोनाइजेशन, ये दोनों ही चीजें बहुत जरूरी है जो आपको देखनी है, और उसके साथ में ही ट्रेड करना है. यही टेक्निक को अभी हम चलते हैं निफ्टी पे अप्लाई करने के लिए. सो आर यू एबल टू सी माय निफ्टी चार्ट नाउ ओवर हियर? क्लियरली दिख रहा है? सो यू कैन क्लियरली सी अ निफ्टी. यहाँ पे मैंने कोई वर्टिकल लाइंस बना रखी है. दीज आर द टाइम साइकिल्स व्हिच आई हैव already shown on the chart. I'm not getting into the detail कि ये कैसे प्लॉट किया है, but we will try and understand कि इसे किस तरीके से देखना चाहिए, and क्यों it has been a time for buy on dips, not on sell on rise, since the entire time frame changed. Okay, let me just do that. Okay, and one second. Let me just zoom in for a moment. Okay, so now what we have to observe, this is the area of, this is the zone of support. Now in this zone of support, what we can clearly see that in this zone of support, this is where prices formed a low around. Always remember, time का मतलब ये नहीं exact वही दिन होगा, प्लस माइनस 2 दिन आगे पीछे हो सकता है. A low formed here, a low formed here, classic low and a candle reversal. A low formed just about 2 days prior to this 55 days time cycle. This is the level. Plus there was a trend line support. Can I say जो मैंने अभी आपको रिलायंस के 15 मिनट चार्ट पे दिखाया, ट्रेंड लाइन सपोर्ट नियर द टाइम साइकिल एरिया, क्लासिक अपॉर्चुनिटी टू बाय. कैन यू सी दैट सिमिलर काइंड ऑफ अ डेवलपमेंट हियर? क्या आप देख पा रहे? ट्रेंड लाइन सपोर्ट नियर द 55 डेज का साइकिल and a reversal. Are you with me? Are you able to understand this clearly? So this is how you have to keep identifying these kind of reversal areas with time, and that's the reason why I have turned my stand from being sell on rise all the way till this point and now buy on dips, and that has worked out extremely well for me. Okay, क्योंकि यहाँ पर जब मोमेंटम बंद रहा था, यहाँ पर कॉल ऑप्शंस बाय किए, यहाँ पर एग्जिट कर दिया बिकॉज वी नो कि साइडवेज ट्रेंड शुरू हो रहा है, एंड नाउ ट्राइंग टू एंटर आफ्टर 150 पॉइंट गैप अप डजंट मेक सेंस. So carrying the positions by selling put options with the direction of trend. Now if you observe very closely, since this low formed, I'm not going to zoom in further. If you observe very closely, यहां पर जहां लो बना, यहां से एक भी क्लोज निफ्टी ने प्रीवियस कैंडल के लो के नीचे नहीं किया. दिस इज लाइक अ simplest way of identifying that the trend had been on the upside. So you have to now manage when to enter. That's the point. If you know that you should be looking for buying opportunities, half of your battle is won. Because अभी तक तो क्लैरिटी नहीं थी कि बाय करके चले कि सेल करके चले. For a positional swing trading I am talking about. Now at least we know that we should be looking for buying opportunity. In the current market, the volatility is heavy. Despite of it moving sideways, volatility is very high. And that's why you will see that Nifty moving by 100, 200 points is like very easily it is happening. So you need to maintain a far away stop loss. Okay. This close was just above the low. Just above the close I am talking about. वो नीचे नहीं किया. You can check. And यहाँ पर अगर आप average close I am talking about. So यहाँ पर अगर आप देखोगे, ये भले ही रेड bearish candle बनी है, but it has not closed below the prior day's low. Guys, are you listening me? What I am trying to say? एक भी कैंडल प्रीवियस डे लो के नीचे बंद नहीं हुआ. If you don't, I don't know how to explain it to you then. प्रीवियस डे लो के नीचे कहां बंद हुआ? आप देखो तो सही. हाई क्लो ओपन के नीचे बंद हुआ. प्रीवियस लो क्या है? प्रीवियस लो था 16,443. इट हैज नॉट क्लोज्ड बिलो 16,443 ना. नाउ मंडे को इफ वी क्लोज बिलो 16,567 जो आज का लो है, then I can say that the overall trend might be changing. So जो थर्ड कैंडल की आप बात कर रहे हो, let us just check it. The low is 16,521.90. The close is 16,522.75. Go and check. एक पॉइंट से उसने क्लोज फिर भी इस लो के नीचे नहीं किया. So for me to change my stand again to bearish, I will need some confirmation from a wave perspective and candle. That's why I'm master of waves, right? That's the way of knowing what is happening. So from a wave perspective, the way I am seeing the overall chart which is forming is possibly यहाँ पर wave A हो गया complete, we have B completed, C completed, D done, E done, F done, and this is possibly G going on. Do not expect miracles happening here because this is a G wave. It will be this way. This is how the uptrend is going to be from here on. If we would have managed to cross that 16,800 mark, we would have got that momentum. लेकिन वह नहीं हो पाया. तो फिलहाल मार्केट नॉन ट्रेंडिंग जोन में है. इन नॉन ट्रेंडिंग जोन, हाउ डू यू ट्रेड? कैन समवन टेल मी, guys, from who have been a part of Gurukul, can you tell me, by looking at this, how do you trade? Sell options. Exactly, ऑप्शन सेलिंग करके चलना. अभी इसके साथ में लूनार साइकिल कंबाइन करते हैं. चलिए, लेट अस कंबाइन लूनार साइकिल विथ इट. यहाँ पे मून फेजेस डालते हैं, देखते हैं कि मून फेज क्या सजेस्ट कर रहा है ओवरऑल. Shall we do that? Lunar cycle, is it still working or not? Let's just try and find out that. And I'm going to, before finding out कि क्या हो रहा है, can someone tell me when is the next lunar cycle? Moon phase. When is the next lunar cycle? Okay. कहाँ कब है? Okay. Fantastic. 14 June, 15, 16 June. Let me open up my lunar calendar. And ये आ रहा है डेट 14th जून को फुल मून है. आज से काफी दिन है अभी, तो नेक्स्ट साइकिल किक इन होने में टाइम है. अभी अमावस्या था, सो 14 जून है एंड देयर इज स्टिल लॉट ऑफ टाइम. सो फिलहाल अगर हम देखेंगे, what we can clearly observe from the cycle is that the full moon was acting, forming a top, okay, which is, if you observe in most of the occasions here, full moon was acting as a top. यहाँ पर top बना, market crashed. If you look at the past history, यहाँ पर the full moon which was here was tricky, where we bottomed out, and the new moon was at the top. Full moon top and crashed, 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 which means full moon is acting as a big hurdle on most of the occasions. ठीक है. नेक्स्ट फुल मून इज ऑन 14th of June. इसका क्या मतलब हुआ? इसका मतलब हुआ that we will now look forward for selling opportunities, sell on rise या selling opportunities post 14th of June. समझ में आया? 55 डेज के टाइम के बेसिस पे हम बुलिश हुए, यहाँ पर मून के बेसिस पे हम बेरिश होंगे. ठीक है. Now what is Amavasya trying to do? Amavasya is always a tricky phase of the moon which usually is creating lows, but it is tricky. You can't really rely much on that. Still, यहाँ पर अगर देखेंगे तो एक माइनर लो बना, बाउंस बैक. यहाँ देखेंगे तो माइनर लो, बाउंस बैक. यहाँ पर अच्छा खासा लो बन के अच्छा रैली आया. This again a low here. Budget day first, I remember distinctly because I was bullish all the way on budget and bounce back. This was the phase here of the moon which was tricky, a fall then a rise which was conflicting. यहाँ पर this was a low and a bounce back. So moon के एक दिन पहले लो बना है. Okay, look at this also. This was little tricky again, which was a top kind of thing and a fall. This time a low formed here and bounced back. So जो अमावस्या या नो मून का काम है वो हो चुका है, which is resulting into few days of stability and bounce back on most of the occasions which happened. The only interchange that happened between the moon cycle was this one, where we saw a topping and a fall and full moon forming a low. Either ways, both of these have worked exceptionally well in terms of trend changing. So how do we interpret it from the current context? Now, always remember, time is a dynamic element. Time बहुत dynamic है. You can't just rely on time without price. क्योंकि time can be tricky, moon phases are tricky. And right now, looking at this, I think whatever new moon had to suggest has happened. And 30th May was the date. Prior to 30th May, 1 or 2 days, okay, and that has happened. So now the market will turn back on the sell side, ideally post the full moon. That is how it should happen. But उसमें और अभी में छह सात ट्रेडिंग सेशंस बाकी है. So we want to see how to go about it in this intermittent period of 6 to 7 trading sessions. For that, let's go on a 1 hour chart of Nifty and try to find out what is the overall wave pattern. Shall we move on to wave now and look at कि market का अभी क्या हाल है, कहाँ trend है, क्या pattern बन रहा है, overall maturity क्या है? Let us just try and figure that out. Overall, if you can clearly see here, the rise, what is that I was happy about until morning with the market is the rise was sharp, fast, quick, and the fall was extremely overlapping, slower, time consuming. So, and this was like a classic break. This also looked like a flag. Anyone observed this was like a flag which we saw and a break that happened. So this was a classic move. Lekin, one thing that I have also tweeted and shared on my Telegram, what is that thing? Very importantly, अगर आपको इस मार्केट में पैसा बनाना है, okay, if you want to make money in this market, the only way you can make money is in anticipation of a move. इसका क्या मतलब है? Only if you are anticipating a breakout, you buy. So the opportunity to buy was somewhere around here. And of course, the volatility is heavy. So you need to have a far away stop. Otherwise, buy करके भी नीचे आके stop trigger हो रहा है. Despite of being on the right side. That's the trick. So that is little tricky. Positionally, it's okay. If you want to make money, you need to anticipate and buy early. If you are buying on the breakouts, you will be late. तो हमने क्या किया यहाँ पर जब मूव आया पुट ऑप्शंस राइट कर दिए so that once it is here and then showing a reversal, get out. So you are making money and lot of money because ऑप्शन डिटोरिएशन बहुत शार्प होगा. लेकिन अगर आपने कॉल बाय किया पोजिशनली, पैसा नहीं बनेगा because this is the nature of the current market. So you have to anticipate. For example, I'll again show you one very classic example here. If you are looking at this chart, this was been the major hurdle for the market. Okay, I turned super bullish around here because of my time cycles and other things. ये move मिला, I was expecting कि यार boss, now is the time to get into the market by buying calls and by selling puts both. So I was super bullish here कि ये breakout आएगा. Why? I anticipated. Why did I anticipate a breakout and not a reversal? Because the time was in sync. If time is in sync, your trading can take a very different leap altogether. So यहाँ पर time sync में था कि 55 डे लो बनना है, लूनार साइकिल आ रहा है, मतलब ब्रेकआउट ऊपर का आना चाहिए. एंड दैट्स व्हाई व्हेन मेजॉरिटी थिंग्स कि यहाँ पर रिवर्सल होगा, आई थॉट कि यहाँ से बुलिश ब्रेकआउट आएगा बेसिस ऑफ सम सब्सटेंशियल एविडेंस ऑफ टाइम. यहाँ पर अगर हमने लॉन्ग किया, मेड मनी, गॉट आउट हियर. सो डिसेंट इनफ, बिग इनफ मूव. ओके, लेकिन आपने ब्रेकआउट पे अगर इधर बाय किया, you ended up, I'm sure your stop loss would have been this. So you ended up exiting at your stop loss, getting out, waiting for this side to be taken out. Now you were waiting for this side to be taken out, which was here. And अगर आपने opening hour candlestick strategy नहीं follow की, you bought here, and then what? Again stop got triggered. So you are right on the direction of the market, but still not able to make money because you are not anticipating the move. Now that is risky, but you need to do that if you want to make money in the current market. Suppose अगर आप यहाँ पर expect कर रहे हो कि gap down होगा, तो you need to enter here if you expecting that. I'm not sure right now. I will be rather selling both calls and puts either side, or have a fresh start. So booked all my calls, booked all my short positions on put clearly, and now I'll wait for Monday because for two reasons. Overall daily trend पे bias positive है. टाइम, समय का प्रभाव ऊपर का है, ठीक है, लेकिन गैप फिल एक्टिविटी हो गई है, ठीक है, विच कैन बी एन एग्जॉशन गैप, फर्स्ट गैप, second gap, this is approximately the third gap and got filled. So this can be an exhaustion gap. Okay, that can be the possibility. So it's a conflicting signal. Daily candle positive है, hourly bearish है, time cycle positive है, लेकिन exhaustion gap है, which means market को कहीं नहीं जाना है, खाली time pass करना है, which means now is the game to observe this support which is going to be somewhere around 16,400 420 के आसपास, that's the support, 16,800 के आसपास, that's the resistance, which means now we can simply meander around this zone without much of a activity happening. That is how I think it can behave from here on. Is it clear? Any questions? I'm not seeing anyone talking or chatting, so I'm not sure if I'm able to put it forward correctly or I'm confusing you all. कि करना क्या है मार्केट में, करना कुछ नहीं है फिलहाल, ऑप्शन सेल करना है एंड स्टॉप लॉस के साथ काम करना है, क्योंकि अगर सेलिंग शुरू हो गई वो इंटेंसिफाई हो सकती है, शार्प फास्ट हो सकती है, सो ऑलवेज ट्रेड विद अ वेरी क्लासिक स्टॉप लॉस. तो जो सीएनबीसी पे भी मैंने आज जो गेम शो जीता तभी मैंने वही बताया कि my entry on Angel 1 I made 8%, Railtel I made 4-5% and other stocks also, but entry के अलावा exit was very crucial. Okay, so that's the thing. So right now F अभी complete नहीं हुआ, F should not complete so soon to be honest. क्योंकि ओवरऑल वेव F जो मैं बात कर रहा हूँ अभी इतना जल्दी कंप्लीट मुझे नहीं लगता है F हुआ है, यहाँ से थोड़ा और टाइम जाएगा वेव F कंप्लीट होने के लिए. वेव F के अंदर क्या चल रहा है देखना है आपको. सो फॉर एग्जांपल जो मेरा प्रायर ट्रेंड था वो मैंने कहाँ कंप्लीट किया और किस तरीके से वो ऑब्जर्व किया. लेट मी जस्ट एक्सप्लेन इट टू यू वेरी क्विकली. दिस इज फॉर वेव पीपल हु हैव बीन अ पार्ट ऑफ मास्टर ऑफ वेव्स. We had completed something here which was E. We have an A, B which was marked here. There is couple of ways in which you can possibly mark this entire move. C, D you can mark here, E, F and G you can mark here. This can be an X wave and this can be A, B, C, D and E like an extracting triangle which completed the bigger F. ये बिगर ई था, ठीक है, और यहां पर कंप्लीट हुआ, ये थोड़ा सा ट्रिकी है, यहां पर ए कंप्लीट हुआ, वी कंप्लीटेड बी हियर. नाउ दिस looks C which is very substantially minute. That's the problem. So we need more price action. If the low gets taken out, maybe we will see how it behaves from here on, but essentially I think it's going to be a drifting kind of a market behavior. So maybe again we will have an attempt on the upside, go down, attempt on the upside. That's how it can possibly behave. So C के बाद did we start D yet? Possibly yes. So this can be D, then we can have an E here, an F, and then we can have a G, which can continue to drift market on the upside. So that's the pattern I am expecting that the markets can possibly follow. A diametric pattern, of course. Overall trend देखते हुए, I think this is going to be a diametric pattern on Nifty, which can it can follow that diametric pattern. We'll discuss about this path in a very detailed fashion on Sunday at 10. So be ready, all the Master of Waves participants. Are you there? Last time जो भी participants थे, Master of Waves and the mentees, I can see Hussein, Kiran, a lot of you, right? Fantastic. Pinkesh and everyone. So हम ये सेटअप को कैसे ट्रेड करना है, कैसे एंटर करना है, इचिमोको से कैसे क्लब करना है और हर्स टाइम साइकिल कैसे कंबाइन करना है. We are going to do all of those things. So be ready for that. Great guys. So I think this is how Nifty is going to behave. My key levels are going to be 16,400 on the downside and on the upside 16,800. So let's see which sides the pendulum swings. So that is how I'm going to do it, and it's going to be amazing, right? When is the next earliest MOW or BMW there? I don't know, because अभी हमारा जो program hai. I'm going to take a guys. Do you want to be a part of mentorship on timing the market, which we are launching in July? The existing one is going on. Apart from that, if you want to be a part of Master of Cycles program, which is going to happen uh, by the end of June or July, we are yet to see that. But mentorship is starting on 30th of July. That is for sure. So mentorship, you are a part of MOW, you are a part of Master of Cycles by default, you are a part of BMW and everything. So if you are a part of mentorship, you will be a part of also the Sunday 2 hours program which we are having this Sunday. So it's going to be there. Uh, uh, I can invite for 10 a.m. I was a cycle student. No, this is purely for the Master of Waves and Mentees participants. So that's how it's going to happen. And over here, very clearly, Angel 1 का trade setup देखते हैं. Sunday को discuss करेंगे. Saurabh, you are there, right? For the program, so we'll discuss on Sunday. Fantastic, Hussein. Great to know that. It's pleasure to have you in the July batch also. Okay, that is lovely. Great, guys. So this is what I wanted to share across. It's an amazing way in which the market has moved for me, at least, and I have won the show on CNBC hours, which is like decent enough. So I'll just share across the stocks again. On this one, conscious stocks tail, let me just share that across. And this is the consecutive third victory. So these are the stocks: Angel 1, Railtel, Tata Investment, and Graphite. These are the stocks which has worked out exceptionally well. So trick क्या थी? I'll give you one trick in this. जो भी स्टॉक नहीं चल रहा है उसको मैंने हार्डली 1% का लॉस होगा. अगर आप पूरा पोर्टफोलियो पूरे वीक का देखोगे मेरा, हार्डली 1 से 2% का लॉस होगा मैक्स, विच आई हैव कट आउट. और जो भी चल रहा है that I have continued to run. So what happened when I'm getting out in a loss, I'm getting out with a very minor loss. But when I'm making money, I'm ensuring I'm making it big. So that is the entire game. That is very, very important. Nagesh has taken positions on that stock. Okay, great. The show is done now. So next week, entire week again, we will have on CNBC at around 11 a.m. So you can watch me there. Great, guys. Any questions, please? I'm open for questions, and the poll is still ongoing. So be a part of this poll, which I am taking right now, whether you want to be a part of Master of Cycles or mentorship program, which is going to be fantastic. And we'll be discussing all these techniques. And guys, the existing batch, we have a mentorship class tomorrow at 10 to 1. So don't forget that. So be a part of that. Okay. So how risky is it to carry put sell on weekends compared to buying futures? Equally risk, right? पुट को कैरी करना या फ्यूचर्स को शॉर्ट करके कैरी करना, रिस्क तो दोनों में ही उतना है. पुट को कैरी करने में चांसेस है कि अगर 300 पॉइंट भी नीचे गया, यू माइट नॉट लूज अ लॉट. सो दैट वे इट इज क्रूशियल. How to trade these days? Shailendra, you are there in tomorrow's batch, right? Mentorship. If I remember, you are the same Shailendra. हम डिस्कस करेंगे कल much डिटेल में. So don't worry on that. Okay. Singh Kauthilia is saying, I want to be a part of this program. No problem. My team will coordinate and help you out how to go about it. How do I apply time cycle on individual stocks? उसके लिए थोड़ा टाइम चाहिए, युवराज. So we'll have to see something. Okay. The another question is, will I be able to apply time correctly on using these methods that I'm going to discuss in mentorship and Master of Cycles? Yes, we are going to do that. Great. Then Yogendra, I'll ask my colleague to call you and explain you everything, the details. So chaliye chalte. I think I have taken a lot of your time. It's Friday at 4. I'm sure you are loving it. I'm loving talking to you all again. It's a tight weekend for me because we have Master of Waves program on Sunday. We have mentorship tomorrow, and it's going to be fantastic. I'm ending the poll now. and markets are exceptional. You just have to ensure that आप market को ठीक से समझ पा रहे हो और ठीक से trade कर पा रहे हो. That's the only thing that you have to do, and it is going to work well if you follow the aspect of time. Ashish Kyal signing off. People on YouTube, do ensure that you are subscribing to the channel, and thank you very much for making the channel a big hit. Also on Twitter, thank you all and love you all. It's pleasure to be talking about markets. I hope every one of you do extremely well and do it big in trading. That's my wishes for every one of you. Thank you.